Do you ever find yourself scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and you see everybody else showing how great their life is? And I know we've all been there, and you have that little bit cringe moment of like jealousy. And social media has been around long enough that we all know what I'm talking about. You feel that little bit of jealousy, and we're going to talk about jealousy today because I know a lot about it and I can share lots of stories about jealousy. And what I want to talk about is, for me, I'm going to talk about YouTube, but for you, I want you to think about an area in your life where you might find yourself being jealous and you didn't realize it. I had a friend probably about 6 months ago ask me, she's like, "Brian, do you consider yourself a jealous person?" And I said, "No, I don't. I mean, I know people who have boats and houses and all this sort of stuff, and whenever I'm around them, I'm not jealous of them. In fact, on the contrary, I admire them. I appreciate their success with them." And that's honestly true. But when it comes to YouTube, I cannot say that I have been so appreciative of other people's work or the lack of my own. But I do want to start and say, after 10 months of recording on YouTube, I got to 100 subscribers, and I am so thankful. I am thankful for each and every one of you all. It amazes me to think that there are 100 people out there who want to hear grateful tales from the forest, want to hear about how to add gratitude to their own lives and how to spread gratitude and kindness in the world. And that's why I created this channel. And it took me 10 months to get 100 subscribers. And the reason I want to talk about this too is because I had the wrong idea when I started YouTube, and I think most people do. And so I do want to take a little bit of time to talk to those folks also. You may not have a YouTube channel, but we all still have a tendency to post on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, to try to it makes us feel better when other people recognize that we're doing better, And so when it comes to YouTube, I tell you, it can be rough. So I started YouTube, and I thought at month 10, I would have had 1,000 subscribers. I thought at month 5, I would have had 1,000 subscribers. I think 1,000 is where they kind of bump you up to some special, you can be part of their program or whatever. And, I think everyone who posts a YouTube video thinks, "Oh man, I hope I'm going to be successful," And no one thinks they're going to be a Mr. Beast, but they think at least they're going to do a little bit better, than nothing. And I have done better than nothing. But I didn't get as far as quickly as I thought I would. And here's the thing. YouTube is designed in such a way that when you're scrolling through it, it shows you popular videos. It shows you the success stories. And so over the past 10 months, I've seen story after story of person, "Oh yeah, I just started my YouTube channel and already have 5,000 subscribers in 2 months. And, follow my program and I'll teach you how to be successful on YouTube." And, the thing is, YouTube's going to keep showing someone like me those kinds of videos. That's how the algorithm works. And that's how Facebook works. That's how Instagram works. It's going to show you images and tell you stories about the successful people. They don't show you the normal people, the people like me. And that's one reason I want to do this, is because I found myself being jealous of other people. And I don't think of myself as a jealous person, but I think you can't help it on YouTube, because YouTube is constantly telling you you're not doing well enough, because they keep showing you all these people that say the norm is to have 1,000 subscribers in 2 months or something. And I think it's helpful for people like me who haven't had that experience to share my experience, so that you can learn that, no, you are not seeing the normal trend when you see those things. I'm more of the trend. I'm the more of the normal kind of scenario. And I can tell you, a couple months ago, I saw this lady, and she had been doing YouTube for 5 years, and she had not gotten to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm like, well, and she was asking whether or not she should quit after 5 years. And I honestly was like, I don't know if I would quit or not. That's a long time to be doing YouTube and not be successful. Even last night, YouTube surprisingly showed me a video of someone who had been doing YouTube for 10 years and they still hadn't gotten 1,000 subscribers. And I was really impressed with him because he had a really great attitude. And the thing is with this jealousy is you're comparing someone else's success, maybe they're 5 year to your 1 year, you're comparing apples to oranges. It's not fair to compare ourselves. And it's when we do that comparison that the jealousy comes in. And again, I didn't notice it in my life until I started doing YouTube. And then I'll be honest, I'm so grateful for the 100 subscribers. And I will tell you this now, I've learned to be grateful, but sincerely grateful, because during these past 10 months, there were times when I would try to force myself to be grateful. And you can go back and look at some of my videos. I talk pretty openly about some of the discouraging times I've had, because I feel like, and most people do, they put stuff out there and you're pouring your heart and soul and you're talking about things that are so important to you and nobody watches. And you take it personally. You know it's the algorithm, but you think, no, maybe, why isn't the algorithm picking it up? And I'll agree, what you do matters. You look at my very first videos and they were pretty basic, we'll say. And I'm okay with that. But in the end, I want to say where I am now is, for some reason I thought it was going to be the 1,000 subscribers that was going to change my mind, but something happened, and once I hit that 100 subscriber level, my brain did change. A light bulb went off. I thought, if I have 100 people here in this forest listening to me, that's something. Like, that's huge. That's big. And I would try to do that with 50 and 60 and 70. I'm like, oh, if I have 70,000, I won't be putting 70,000 people in this forest. If I had 70 people in this forest, I'd be grateful. But I was forcing myself. It was fake gratitude. I wasn't really grateful. I was resentful and I was jealous of the other people that were doing better than me. And I couldn't figure it out. Was it because they were younger? Was it because they were better at editing? Was it whatever, better speakers? Whatever it is, why can't I do that? And beating myself up, comparing myself to them. That's not fair. I'm an older person. I'm in a forest. That used to drive me bonkers too. All these people posting out these videos of, oh, just make a boring YouTube video and you'll be successful. Make a plain video where you're just out in a forest telling a story. That's what I'm doing. And again, I'm so thankful for this journey and what I've learned now. But if you had asked me at 90 subscribers and I said I was happy and I wasn't jealous of other people, I'd be lying to you. So just so you know, now where I am is it's different. So I want to challenge you in your life. Think about places where you're jealous, whether it's just seeing everybody putting their best foot forward on Instagram or Facebook and you're comparing yourself to them. We all know that everybody else is posting their highlight reels and we're not seeing their inside. We're not seeing the challenges they're going through. And we all know that cognitively. I knew that cognitively at 90, I was grateful for all the subscribers. But it wasn't for some reason until I hit 100 where I thought, what, I really am here for each and every person. And I do not care if at least one person hears this and learns something from it, whether it's looking at jealousy, not comparing yourself to other people, understanding that you are valuable in what you do. And the only person you can compare yourself is to yourself. Compare you to you. Was I doing better this month than I was last month? And the answer is yes. And the only time I did worse was when I quit. And the numbers show it, the stats show it in the algorithm and the analytics. So keep that in mind. I guess the ultimate message is don't give up, and then really find out. I know it sounds so cliche, that's why I'm trying not to be cliche, but figuring out that why. what is it that really was driving me? And I think there was a large portion of it that was just this concept of success, how I define success. So that's one question for you. Leave a comment in the comment section. How do you define success to begin with? Because I thought it was 1,000 subscribers, and now I know it's 100 for me, and I feel good. I feel successful. Now I can come out here. I'm not worried about, nobody's going to give me some paid partnership to sell a shirt or something. Maybe Bob Ross has hats. Now that would be cool, right? But anyway, I want to ask you how you define success. Leave a comment. And then when you think about jealousy, be honest with yourself, because I wasn't honest with myself. Are you jealous and you see people and you're like, oh, I shouldn't be jealous? You're telling yourself you shouldn't, but really you are. And that's when you can kind of do a deep dive in your own psyche and be like, why do I think I'm lacking? Where did I learn that I wasn't good enough? Why am I comparing myself to this other person? What does this other person have that I'm falsely comparing myself with? Someone may start a YouTube channel and they suddenly have, there was one guy, it's crazy. You'll see people like put up a video and within a month they can have like 13,000 subscribers. And I can take it personally, but then I realized they had a studio set, like they had people helping them in the background. They had all this advertising, all this sort of stuff. And I'm just a dude in the forest with a tripod, I finally got a light. So now I got a better tripod than I had before. But, so what is success to you? Are you jealous or not? And if you are, think about the apples and oranges. They're an apple, you're an orange, and what is the true, you're not really on the same playing field. So don't beat yourself up for it. Only compare yourself to yourself. And that's the journey that I have learned. I'm so glad y'all came and joined me in the forest here today. I did take a little tiny video to show y'all so you can see where I'm sitting. You can't tell where I'm sitting right now on this view, but I made a little video so you can see this beautiful tree I'm under. So today I am recording under these beautiful trees. Again, my phone doesn't do it justice, but this is one of my favorite views when I come into the forest, because it's just so nice out here. It's so green. Look at all this. It's a beautiful day in Charlotte. So I hope that y'all are doing well. I hope you're enjoying spring. It is so beautiful out here. If you like this kind of stuff, if you want to help me spread this information more to other folks, please like and subscribe. It does let YouTube know who to send this information out to. So I hope that you all stay grateful, and I hope that you stay kind. And as always, I'm grateful for each and every one of you, especially the first 100, because you have helped me plant the foundation of this forest. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.